My name is David Shahade. I'm here in Indianapolis. I go back and forth to California as well, Orange County. Oh, I heard about Joe about 5 years ago. I was looking online and I saw his program and thought it was pretty interesting. I think I know Joe for 5 years. I'm already an investor before I even met him, but I like his system. He had one of the best system I think is the best out there where he teaches and he's got a system that's a push button program where they get you leads. That's made it much easier for us, for investors to find leads. Well, first deal, I think I made about $5,000, but I made, I'm more of a buy and hold right now. Um, buy and hold. Joe teaches, people who have no money to buy with no money down. So I used that program in the beginning, but I'm not using it right now. I'm using more buy and hold, and I coach a little bit to some people. But Joe is a very, very good coach. He is the only mentor I know that he teach himself, his people that he taught me in the past. Even though I was a seasoned investor, I still learn something from him. I'm still here today because there's always learn something new in this business. So I do like him a lot because he's just straight to the point and his program really works. The first deal I did that I made $5,000, it really took me, I would say it took me about a week, between learning and putting all together, if I want to count the hours together, but about a week, so, it was pretty good. Well, I bought commercial buildings, sold a couple of commercial buildings, but I'm doing more. I don't really say a best deal, I don't know what I mean by best deals, I did a lot of small deals. But the best deals I did that didn't take me really much time, except maybe like 4 or 5 hours where I put a deal together and I made about $6,000. That didn't take me any time, really, very little time. That's, I would say, the best deal I did in terms of time and how much effort I put into it. Most rewarding deals? I don't know. There's so many of them. I did a lot of deals. I did a lot of flips before. There were, some of them took me a little longer than others, but overall, I mean, I don't see any one particular deal that's most rewarding because if you do a bunch of deals, it's really hard to find one. And one of them, like the one I just told you about, it took me only a few hours. That didn't take any time. So when I count my hours, how much hours I put into it, it probably pretty much paid me maybe like $1,200 an hour or even more. But again, I'm experienced, I know what to do, I know what to say, and I had to use my experience in order for me to get that. So for a new student, they might spend a bit more time to get the same effort, Right now, my average income, I do more actually buy and hold. So I have properties that are renting. So most of the property I bought, I got all my money back and they're still renting, and so they're really, the income is like infinite because once you get your money back, then you have income every month and the property is paid for. So for me, it's only getting money every single month right now because I like passive income. I'm more of a passive income guy, I don't do much flips. I do a little bit now and then, but I'm more of a passive income where I like to get the monthly income. So I'm building more and more portfolio to get passive income. So this way I don't have to do anything anymore. I get monthly checks coming to me every month. That's the way I like it. Yeah, I just closed one last week. I closed 3 last year, and I really wasn't working as hard right now. I'm just basically buying at my own time. I'm not like I could close 5, 6 deals a month, but I'm not doing it. I'm just kind of going with my own pace. I'm enjoying my life and closing when like I closed 4 deals in the last 6 months. But I'm not really working hard at it right now. This year, I plan to work a little harder on it. This year, I plan to build my portfolio more. I want to do a lot of option to buy and rent them and maybe flip some. And this is my goal for this year. For next year, I might not want to do anything, because I have enough income where I don't have to work anymore. So I'll see how I feel then. I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, I'm doing some more marketing now. I have a program that I am putting together. I'm writing a couple of books, and so I might be creating a program to teach people how to buy and sell real estate, and or sell a couple of books, how to buy and invest in the market. That's what I'm doing. That's my next step. I'll also be buying as well. Well, I'm free. I can go anywhere I want to. I can do anything I want to. I was traveling, last year. I went to China, California, and some other places, and Canada, and so I've been traveling. So basically, really, the impact is that I can go anywhere, anytime, I want to, and that's the way I like it. I'm not obligated to, be somewhere at 9 to 5 unless I have an appointment with somebody, and I'm free. And I like the freedom. This is the American dream. I had many options. Yeah. The reason people become real estate investors is because they want to be free. They want to get financial freedom. They want to spend more time with their family. They want to basically go anywhere they want to go, like what I'm doing right now when they feel like it. And they don't have to worry about money, again, where the money is going to come from. And I am unemployed. I'm probably unemployable. Nobody would even want me to work for them because I don't really stick to the rules of most employee. I make my own rules. An entrepreneur, usually real estate investors are entrepreneurs. They make their own rules. So because we are entrepreneurs, we like to live the life we want. To be free, to do what we love to do. So I encourage anybody, real estate, in my view, is the best investment on earth. I always say that. It's the best because people need a place to live. No matter, we have more population, they all need a place to live. And when you're in real estate, if you know what you're doing, if you learn how to do it right, you'll always make money in real estate. It's the only business that I can see that has the least amount of risk, virtually very little risk if you know what you're doing. And the best one that gives you the medal of freedom, let's put it this way, where you can do anything you want to do. Joe is one of my mentors. I learned a lot from Joe because he has excellent system. He doesn't just have a system of books. He also had a system where you can actually push a button. He has an electronic system, which I used before, that gives you leads. I don't have that. Joe has that. And so he really gives you a complete program how to become successful. If you just do what Joe tells you what to do, you'll be very successful in real estate. Right now, I have a website. I do some SEO and I do some marketing. I'm a marketer, so I do some marketing. When I want to get leads, I do marketing. Like I did some this week. I got 3 leads. So depending on if I want leads or not. So that's why, as I said, last year I was off. I didn't really work at it. But when I want some leads, I can just use my marketing system, and it'll give me some leads. Then I have to act on it. So anybody can do the same thing. Joe has a system where it's constantly work for you. Now, if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off, or you don't have leads anymore. And I chose that. I don't want leads. I just turn it off. I don't use, I don't use my marketing to work for me. The advice I give to anybody is stick to a system, any system. Now we are here talking about Joe's system, and I think Joe's system is one of the best in the country. There are other systems out there, but I believe Joe has a great system. I've been with him. I come to his meeting here. I didn't have to come to the meeting today, but I like to go to as many as I can because I always learn something new. And he has a new program that's coming out soon that is more attractive because he's constantly working on upgrading his marketing system. And so I'd like to know what's going on, So I think if you stick to Joe program, and even if you do 50% of it, you'll be successful. So imagine if you do 100%. And I know many of Joe's students became my friends as well, and they, almost all of them are doing very well from what they learned from Joe's. I was already invested in real estate. I was investing. I had a building, but I wanted to learn more. I didn't have a system at the time, and when I joined with Joe program, I learned how his system works and make a lot of sense, and then I use his system, and I'm still using, you know, what I learned from Joe. So his system definitely works, and we gotta. I recommend anyone to follow his system. That's why McDonald's is very successful. They have a system. So I'm creating my own system, but not in coaching, more like coaching people, not like electronic system, just basically teaching people how to become more successful in marketing. Just stick to the program. You know, if you use one program, stick to it. The only thing I like to say is don't be scattered, which I did that at one point in my life where, you know, you listen, you want to do too many systems at the same time. It doesn't work. Your mind only can do one thing at a time. Stick to one system, get to learn it really well, and then just focus, you know, hone in on that system, and then you will make money. That's the advice I can give anybody. Because today we live in a world that is full of like great options. You know, if you try to go online, you'll find everybody's trying to sell you on their system. You know, and some of them are really good, and you just can't really open to all these things because it'll clutter your mind, and then you can't do any system well enough. So I would say stick to one system wholeheartedly and go for it, and you'll be successful. With your system, I guarantee you, if you follow it, you'll be very successful. The biggest key is focus on only one area, you know, in one system. You will be successful.